This is the color scheme that I use for my videos. Make sure you copy down the black.
Number 16 is just straight up solving an equation, and it's a pretty complicated equation. I will start off by just saying you could guess and check if you really need to. If you're at that point, you can see just visually, oh wait a minute, 0 works. You get 0 on the left hand side, 0 on the right hand side, and so the 0 would work, except we have to make sure that we report all the answers, all the positive answers. 0 does work in this equation, but it doesn't satisfy this condition. There's actually 5 answers that you could eventually guess and check. These 3 get eliminated for this condition, but you can either bubble in 1 or 2 and get this correct. There are 2 possible answers. Now, if you want to solve this strictly using algebra, this is what it looks like, and there's a lot of steps, so we'll break it down. You start off with the original and distribute. Moving the negative 4x to the other side, you get this, x to the 5th minus x cubed plus x. Now, I'm going to divide all these terms on both sides by the greatest common factor, and that's actually x. So you see it goes from 5 down to 4, 3 down to 2, and 4x divided by x is just 4. Now, when you do that, you have to also say that x equals 0 is also a solution. So that's where you get, I mean, you notice when you solve this strictly, you get only answers positive 1, positive 2, negative 1, negative 2. But over here, because you divided all the terms on both sides by x, you also have to say that x equals 0 could be a solution. Yeah, so it's a solution that satisfies this equation, but because of this condition right here, it's not actually the answer to problem number 16. So here you have x to the 4th minus 5x squared plus 4. And this looks a lot like a quadratic. In fact, I mean, this looks like something you could plug into the quadratic formula or factor if this were just 2 and 1. So one way we can handle that is we can just make it what's called a u substitution. Let's let u equal x squared. If that's true, then u squared would have to equal x to the 4th. This gets rewritten, this expression gets rewritten as u squared minus 5u plus 4 equals 0. Now we can factor it. If you wanted to, you could also use quadratic formula. I think factoring is straightforward enough, so we get u minus 4, u minus 1. Now that it's factored, we can back substitute and remember that u is equal to x squared. X squared minus 4, x squared minus 1. These split up into 2. You've got an x minus 2 and an x plus 2, x minus 1 and an x plus 1. And so now we've finally completely factored. This is a x to the 4th, it's a quartic equation, and so we've got 4 different 1, 2, 3, 4 factors. You can see we've got all the answers here, 1, 2, negative 1, negative 2. These are not allowed because of this condition, so of course the answers are 1 or 2.